So this is a 2010 Mitsubishi Outlander. I'm wanting to make a change from the big round recesses for spotlights. I want to change them to what I bought here from Chinese eBay for about $7. So I got a left and a right. So whatever suits your car, that could be the left side, or you turned upside down for the left side. But for this car it's going to be that way around, and of course I will have to cut into the bumper to accept the recess. I'm also going to put a daytime running light in there somewhere. Now the recess is quite deep, so it is quite deep that way, and it's actually deeper than the height of this new vent. So the top and bottom of the recess would show once I cut around there to accept everything. So make a template of the vent cutout on a piece of thin cardboard. Make as many templates as you need to get it perfect. This is my first attempt, and you can see it's a little bit rough there, and I made some notes on what adjustments I need to, like the angle, had to change that a little bit. And on the final template I've done all those changes and made it perfect. So get the template as perfect as you can, because you'll only have one chance on the actual bar. This is a bar from a earlier model Outlander, and I did practice the cutout there just to ensure that the profile or the curve of the vent matched the bumper, and it does quite well. So now it's just a matter of cutting out the real thing. Well, before you start hacking into your bar, it's good to take off the splash guard underneath and have a look behind the bumper. So as you can see, there is some metal that I cannot cut through, so I'll either have to relocate the location of the vent or cut the vent so it's more flush with the bumper and doesn't recede in as much. And this is what you're contending with on the driver's side. Well, obviously the vent is not designed for the Outlander, so this is a template that I've put on the bar, and there will be spaces around the recess which I'll fill in somehow, but I think I need to move this over inwards a little bit, because if I leave it there as it is, as I go towards out the left, the bumper curves, so the left side of the vent will be sticking out too much. So I'll need to move it inwards as much as I can, and there is a cutout here, that cutout there of the vent, that should avoid the metal behind the bumper, which is sort of around this spot here. I've determined the final position, and I've marked out on the actual bar where I want to cut, and now it's just using a oscillating multi-tool to cut the shape out. Okay, well that's the cutout made, so hopefully it fits in. Let's see. Okay, so the basic shape's there, but because of this bar, I do have to cut out a bit more of the vent, so because it stops. Yeah, it's not allowing me to fit it right in. So what after seems like a couple of hours using the angle grinder to shave off various parts to get it to fit, at this stage I think it's best to get something that's designed for the car itself, and that way, even if it's expensive to begin with, you're not spending all your time to install the thing. But I've also used the heat gun as well. Because the curve of the bumper, it goes around and then angles down. Yeah, this vent isn't the perfect fit. So heat gun to bend it a little bit, and yeah, I'm very close to getting this there. Well, the vent wants to twist and pop out. It's not going to sit perfectly right. So what I'm going to do is secure this end and use a construction adhesive. This is an excellent one. This is sort of like liquid nails, but it's also got polyurethane in it, so it's very strong and somewhat flexible. So I'm going to get a glove and apply that on the inside edge there and let it dry so it's not going to move, and then I'll secure the other end the way that I want it and glue that side as well. So of course you're not going to be able to remove it, but there's no intention of that. I still have access to put a spotlight in there and a DRL in the future, and I'll just make a fill in that. Here on the passenger side you can see the air guide for the oil cooler back here. So I'll cut this away to fit the new piece, and I will have to cut this. I'll cut this little bracket off and really relocate the little bolt to support the air guide by putting that in here. That'll still secure the air guide. I got these spotlights to fill in the holes. They're a perfect fit. They're from a Mazda 6, and I just glued them in to mount them permanently, and I do have the loom as well to wire them up once I fit everything in. So these are the pieces that I've cut out originally and then reversed them and put them back in to hide the holes. So behind there is the actual part of the body, and you can see that the spotlight is in place, and eventually I'll get some DRLs to put in there. This is the before. The final product finished. This is the view from right around. So fitment isn't perfect, but for something that's not designed actually for the car, I think it turned out okay.